Puddles have turned into inches of water in much of Texoma, and now drivers are being warned of flash flooding.
Wichita Falls Streets Department's been getting calls of high water, so they're reminding you tonight, drivers, turn around if you come across water that is over the road. And we have a live look at Wichita Falls this evening as the clouds continue to hang overhead and the rain, it also continues to fall in many parts of Texoma. Good evening, I'm Ashley Fitzwater.
And I'm Chris Horgan. First Alert Chief Meteorologist Ken Johnson joins us now. Ken, some areas have seen a lot of rain and it's not really done yet.
No, we have a lot more on the way, and we have extended the First Alert weather day into Wednesday with the possibility for additional areas of some heavy rain. You saw this a moment ago outside, cloudy skies, some showers here in the Falls. We have seen some bouts of heavy rain here in the city, but the heaviest have been north and west of us across parts of western Wichita County up into Oklahoma. And this afternoon, the heaviest rain is to the south. Looking across the county from Burke all the way over into Wilbarger County, Electra. Here in the Falls, moderate showers, even some little thunderstorms over towards Henrietta. Matter of fact, into Henrietta, this is where the heaviest downpour we're seeing now, especially just east of the city along 287. Other areas of steady, moderate to heavy rain from Archer City all the way down into Throckmorton and Graham, and it extends further south into central parts of Texas, and the waves of rain will continue lifting north tonight and into Wednesday with more lighter showers across the west and showers scattered about southern Oklahoma. But in time, the steadier rains will return to the southern parts of the Sooner State as well. Coming up in the forecast, we'll talk about how much more rain we might get, which is still looking likely that a couple more inches will be possible. We'll track that, plus more rain throughout the remainder of this week coming up.
All right, Ken, thank you very much. Heavy rain is causing flooding and a road closure just north of Electra.
Danielle Malagary joins us live tonight from there on Highway 25. And Danielle, that's where crews say they're keeping an eye on the rising water.
Yeah, that's right. I'm on 25 North, right between Brosh Road. That's right ahead of me. And then right behind me is 240. And as you can tell, the water here is very, very high. Take a look over here. You can see the water rushing on to the roadway. And I'm going to have my photographer show you this vehicle right over here. Fire officials with the Pumpkin Center tell me that this car got stuck in this high water. They were able to pull it out, and that driver is okay. I actually talked to some other drivers who say that this is a problem area and it sees high water frequently. I also talked to Electra's Police Chief Michael Dozier, who backed up that claim. He tells me that they are monitoring areas like this. Now, this road is barricaded. That barricade is right ahead of us, so you cannot come through here. And TxDOT officials want to remind drivers that if you do see barricades, do not go around them. Definitely stop, turn around, because it is not worth risking it. I haven't been too far back into this water to see just exactly how deep it is, but as you can tell and see, it is pretty deep. So be careful if you are going out today, because high water is definitely an issue. Reporting from Pumpkin Center, Danielle Malagary, News Channel 6.
Thank you, Danielle. And the TxDOT officials also warning drivers tonight to use caution when you're driving on those wet streets, because it just does not take much to lose control of your car. Well, we are turning our attention to health care as Republican leaders in Congress are dealing with another loss in their effort to repeal and replace the Affordable Care Act.
Yeah, this afternoon, party leaders decided not to hold a vote on the latest GOP health care plan. Weijia Zhang is in Washington with the latest.
Not under our control. We don't have the votes.
Republican leaders have decided not to hold a vote on the GOP health care bill after they failed to get enough support to pass it. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell said this about the decision.
We haven't given up on changing the American health care system. We are not going to be able to do that this week, but it still lies ahead of us.
President Trump made clear who he's blaming.
We were very disappointed by a couple of senators, Republican senators, I must say. We were very disappointed.
At least 4 Republican senators announced Monday they opposed their party's latest attempt to repeal and replace Obamacare. But the GOP could only afford to lose 2 votes to succeed. House Speaker Paul Ryan also expressed disappointment.
Well, obviously, in the House, we're a little frustrated because the House has done its job. We passed our health care bill last May.
Republicans had until Saturday to pass the bill with a simple majority of 51 votes, but they could not get to that number. By not voting, the GOP is avoiding an official failure on the Senate floor, like the one they suffered in July.
Today, Americans breathe a sigh of relief because the health care of millions has been protected and preserved.
The development is a victory for Democrats who held a rally with Obamacare recipients outside the Capitol. President Trump is already focusing on the next agenda item, tax reform. This morning, he met with the House Tax Writing Committee ahead of what he calls a big announcement on Wednesday. Weijia Jiang, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Under the now dead bill, the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office estimated federal spending on Medicaid would be reduced by $1 trillion over the next 10 years, and millions of people would lose their Medicaid altogether.
New developments out of Big Spring, Texas, as the department is now investigating one of their own. It all follows an arrest made over the weekend. Now, video of an officer that has since gone viral shows that officer attempting to get a woman to stand up before eventually dragging her to his patrol car.
He told her to put all her stuff on the hood. She took a step back and said no, and right when she did that, he just grabbed her and pretty much took her to the ground and then started trying to handcuff her. She was on the phone the whole time. And then, like I said, after he did cuff her, he had called for backup already.
Police say the officer saw a woman he recognized, knew she had pending charges, so he asked dispatch to run a wanted check. He said after learning that she was wanted for possession of marijuana, he tried to arrest her, but she resisted. The police chief says this video has prompted the department to open the internal investigation. A giant shakeup today in college basketball. 10 people have been charged with fraud and corruption in the NCAA.
As Daniel Nottingham has for us tonight, they are also charged with violating the trust of young athletes.
At the University of Southern California, the news came as a shock. The associate head coach of the college basketball team is among those charged with fraud and corruption in the NCAA.
It just came out of nowhere, you know, like, wow.
Certainly anything that could impact the future of the team is concerning to me.
Tony Bland is one of 4 coaches accused of accepting bribes in exchange for their influence, including Lamont Evans of Oklahoma State, Chuck Person at Auburn, and Emmanuel Richardson at the University of Arizona.
All of them had the trust of the young players they coached and recruited. Young men who looked up to them and believed that the coaches had their best interest at heart.
Tony Bland is in his 5th season with the Trojans here at USC. Prosecutors say he and the other coaches accepted thousands of dollars for steering young players to certain managers and advisors.
Anthony Bland described what he could do for the managers and advisors this way, quote, "I can definitely mold the players and put them in the lap of you guys."
Altogether, 10 people were charged, including an employee at the Adidas sportswear company. He's accused of funneling money to high school players in exchange for committing to colleges the company sponsors. The feds say their investigation is ongoing and describe the defendants as coyotes circling their blue chip prospects. Danielle Nottingham, CBS News, Los Angeles.
The assistant basketball coach at Oklahoma State University mentioned in this story, Lamont Evans, has now been suspended by OSU.
We are 2 days into National Diaper Week, and Wichita Falls has its own local diaper bank.
Yeah, it's called the Diaper Chest, and the people who run it need your help. Brenda Robledo is live there tonight at Interfaith Outreach. And Brenda, a volunteer told you they were in need of diapers big time.
Ashley and Chris, a volunteer here at Interfaith Outreach Services, told me National Diaper Week is to spread awareness of the great need of diapers. Diapers are not covered by food stamps, WIC, or Medicaid. Because of that, many poverty-level families can't afford them. Volunteer Leanne Hope says she has heard testimony of parents doing desperate things to meet this very basic need for their children, like letting old diapers dry out and reusing them.
Sometimes using a diaper till it's just completely full and between the knees. In fact, I saw one parent using trash bags for diapers, and we just really want to help parents out and take away some of that stress.
Interfaith Outreach works to reach mostly low-income and poverty-level families. Parents who are in need can walk into Interfaith Outreach with their Texas ID and their Wichita Falls or Archer County address. The greatest need is diaper sizes 3 and up. As you can see here, sizes 4, 5, and 6 just fly off the shelf. If you're interested on helping out, just come by and drop off your diapers at Interfaith Outreach Services. Live at Interfaith Outreach Services, Brenda Robledo, News Channel 6.
Thank you, Brenda. Coming up tonight at 6 o'clock, we're going to hear from Wichita Falls' mother who benefits from that program.
Well, with the weather, cotton farmers are concerned about their crop. What they say needs to happen for success is just ahead. Plus, some changes at Equifax following a massive data breach that affected millions. It's still to come on First at 5.
And the rain really washing the pollen out of our atmosphere now. Low pollen counts today and tomorrow. Medium counts for the remainder of the week. Ragweed, not much of an issue, at least this week, thanks to that rain. We'll track the radar and the heavy rain on it coming up in just a few minutes.
A cheeseburger and onion rings for $2.99?